Let me get a mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. All right. So the mic check is confirmed as official. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. So family, I was just on a podcast. You dig? Trying to get them some views. You dig? Trying to address some things they were saying about us. Like so, they were trying to say that other people can be called black. So as I rebutted that, the host. Now I expected a 1v1 with the host. He got a lot of mouth. He started to invite several people on the podcast. Okay, one by one. So now instead of talking to him, now it's a 5v1. Now, family, when I invite a guest on like BSIA, Tether Dream, Revenue, it just be me. You dig? Unless there's somebody else already on the panel. But for the most part, y'all gotta admit, when I invite somebody on to click the link or call the phone number, it just be me versus that person. It don't be me versus five people. So this suspected Tether, Sheffrin, okay, and I'm gonna play some clips of him, okay, the suspected Tether, and then I'm gonna drop the bombshell on him. Okay, I ain't want to do it to him, but the fact that he kept, I'm really trying to help them get views. Now he had 30 live viewers. Now normally when I called in his channel, family, he had two live viewers, two. When I called in, that thing exponentially jumped to 30. That's the most he's gonna ever have. So I feel like I'm gonna bless his channel. I don't mind. I said, let me bless his channel, right? Let me come on there and give some pushback on black, because that's my shit. And I was cooking him and he invited somebody else on and then another person on. And then it's 6-1, 5-1, 6-1. So now I'm arguing different people. So I'm trying to give him advice. I'm like, yo, dude, the reason why your channel can't grow because you got six people talking to me at once. I'm trying to help the guy out. I say, hey, if you just allow one person talk to me at a time, give the person 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then go to the next, your channel might grow. But if you got six people talking to me all at once, this is why your channel can't grow. I said, people want to hear arguments, whether they whether they agree or disagree. They want to hear the argument. You know how I know that? I learned that from my chat. When I'm over talking them and blah blah blah, my chat will comment and say, "I'm biased, yo. Let the guy talk. Let the guy talk." And I know they don't agree with the tether, but they like, "Yo, let him at least just get it out." So I had to learn to humble myself to let the tethers talk, even in their erroneous talking points. Let them just go. The audience just the lineage is just interested in what they would say. So I humbled my ego to let them talk. Earlier today, I let Tether Dream talk. I let BSI. His name is bullshit and arrogance. I let him talk. Okay, just to prove a point. Like yo, you can go in. I'm not intimidated. Go in. Okay. So I'm trying to like help this guy get maintain his 30 live viewers, but he's doing a bad job of moderating. He's letting people talk out of turn. Everybody got a question for me. I'm cooking them because no, yo, my position is our talking points are unbeatable, irrefutable, indisputable. So I'm on this dude channel, literally blessing him. Like he got the most viewers he had all year on tonight because I'm there. FBA Ron, FBA News and Updates. You know, you dig? And I'm there on behalf of you guys. So I'm talking, trying to get him some viewers, and I'm trying to answer honestly and keep it real. But he's like he keep allowing people on the panel to talk to me who's, as you know, tethers are disingenuous. They ask questions they don't want to answer, and you see my demeanor right now. I'm not aggressive. I'm not mean. I'm not emotional. I'm cool. I'm chill. I'm not in my feelings. I'm saying, bro, I literally came to bless your channel because he came to my channel. So I'm like, all right, well, let me come to your channel and whatever viewers you get, whatever subscription you get, I'm gonna help bless you. So again, when I asked for the link, he literally had 2 people viewing him. When I clicked the link and went in the back and forth with his panel of 5, 6 people, I look at the channel. He got 30 people live. That's a record for him. He never had 30 people live. Never, ever, ever. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm gonna come over here, cook your panel, and I'm out. But it got to some point where his panelists wouldn't let me talk at all. Pure intimidation, you did, because they can't. Our talking points are unbeatable, irrefutable, indisputable. So they won't let me talk at all. So I'm like, yo, what's up? Yo, like, get your guys in check, or I'm gonna check out. Like, I don't gotta be here. I can go live with my family and have fun. I ain't gotta be here under duress talking to a bunch of suspected tethers, you dig, and official tethers. And he refused to get him in check. So I checked out. I'm okay. I'm good. You're not interested in a real conversation on FBA talking points. And you know, they checked out. They checked out. They were confused what an acronym is. They try to tie blackness to other people. I cooked them on that. He tried to call Jamaica the Haitians black. Stop. They were never called black. That was a replacement holder. They called themselves Haitian. Done. Okay. I don't even know what other people they named after that. I don't know. But somebody in the chat said black Irish people. Okay, those black Irish people are black in the 2000s, and they use black as a descriptor, but they know exactly where they're from. They're from Africa. They're first gen people from Africa, and some of them are directly immigrants from Africa. So they're black as of 2020, but their entire existence, they've been known as Nigerians from a specific tribe in Nigeria. Okay. So now they don't know that, but I'm educating them as I cook them. Like, yo, no. They're not black. These guys are West African, and they're from certain tribes. You dig? And some of these people are from the Caribbean. And they just became black in 2026. Their whole entire life, they've been West African from one of those countries or one of those islands from the Caribbean. Make no mistake. Okay, hold on one second. So they took us serious. So I'm trying to engage. I'm taking them seriously, but they're looking at me as like content. You dig? Let's make a movie off. Unbiased Ron is here. Let's just make a movie. Let's just be goofy. And I'm like, yo, I can easily leave. Like I'm here for content, helping you guys grow, get some viewers, whatever. But if it's just going to be a pissing test, if people just call in, just talk recklessly, and they're not trying to have a serious conversation, I could just leave, bro. I could talk to my own family. I don't got to talk to y'all. Like this is a privilege. And I kept telling them, like, yo, all y'all can't fuck with me. So there's one guy named, I ain't gonna say his name, but this irrelevant guy on there was like, yo, we know where you from. So he named my city in Jersey. And he's supposed to be from Jersey somewhere. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Okay, you know what city I'm at. Do you want to meet up and talk face to face? Now, I'm not threatening him. I'm not saying we're going to fight. I'm just saying we can have this conversation in person because he's the one that named my city where I'm from. So I'm like, all right, well, shit, since you know my city, since that's the important to you, then let's talk face to face. We could record it, go live, and we're face to face. He was afraid to do that. So I'm like, all right, so what are we doing? Like, what's the whole point of naming my city? Claiming, he named my city to like intimidate me. I know where you from, so you could be touched, basically. So I'm like, nah, look, I'm gonna help you out with that. Let's meet face to face. So if I'm gonna be touched, you can do it just then. We could go live. If I'm gonna be touched, do it when I'm live. And I'm like, yo, let's arrange a meeting. And of course, he checked out. Like, yeah, exactly, bro. Like, yo, you got this shit too sweet. You name my city, okay. And I'm the most non-violent person in the world. I'm okay. That don't mean my crew non-violent though. Let's be very clear. I'm probably not gonna touch you as long as you're not too disrespectful. I'm probably not gonna touch you. I'm like a Malcolm X, just hanging with Bumpy Johnson. I'm not gonna touch you, but my Bumpy Johnson crew, they might feel offended and they might feel like they need to do something. You dig? So let's make that very clear. Just because you know where I'm from, and no, I'm from this city, but my reach expands to Newark, East Orange, Irvington, New Brunswick. No, we just ain't this small city. Right, this small city. I'm beloved. I'm a real guy who's been loved by real people, my guy. People take me seriously. They look at me as potential. They see my voice as valuable. Yeah, so don't get it twisted. Don't think, oh, he's only 6 foot 175. He's light in the ass. I could do whatever. Well, that sounds good, but I got some goons who look at me as the voice. They look at me as some Malcolm X type of guy. You dig? And they see themselves as Bumpy uh Bumpy Johnson. So that's why I said, now I can arrange a meetup. And this is for Ra's son, whoever else that's talking crazy. Oh, you know what it is? When Ra's son was talking that crazy, you know what it is? I ignored him because I didn't want to go there. Because again, I'm the most nonviolent person, but you got to stop with this. You know what it is? Like, dude, stop, Ra's son. Because if I ask to meet up, you're not going to show up. Okay? Because we're going to see what that you know what it is about. Okay? Because I'm definitely going to bring an entourage, some supporters from in real life. I call this the internet um, lineage. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Let's meet up in real life. I'm gonna have the internet lineage with me, and all this tough talk goes out the window because that's not what I'm about. I can debunk and defeat y'all in an educated, scholarly debate. I don't need to. No violence needs to happen. These guys are insecure. They're the ones trying to bring up personal stuff. That's not gonna like, oh, your kid this. That doesn't affect me, my guy. That doesn't affect me. But let's talk in real life. And they deflected. The one guy, I ain't gonna say his name, but the one guy, I ain't trying to make nobody famous, get nobody views, but the one guy ain't want to meet up in person. And again, I'm the last person to be violent. So I was never inviting him to be violent. Now I can't speak for my crew. So as long as he's respectful, I'm respectful, and nothing happens. Okay. But if you're disrespectful and my crew feels a certain way, I'm not stopping nobody for responding the way they believe they should respond. Okay. So yeah, I'm well respected. And I'm in the streets for real on some Malcolm X shit. I just happen to be respected by the Bumpy Johnsons of the world. You dig Newark, East Orange, Irvington, my city, New Brunswick. Like people, they really respect intellectuals, black intellectuals. They really respect them and they protect me. Like they think I'm a voice that can make a change in Foundation of Black America. Okay. So like that tether channel, I was trying to like, just have a converse. I'm giving them props. I'm conceding to certain arguments. Like, you know what? Okay, cool. I concede. I take that back. Because these arguments, these little small points don't mean nothing. So I'm like, you know what? I take that back. They said, what I mean? Like Afro-American, African-American. They said Afro-American and African-American was the same thing. I disagreed. They said, you don't think Afro means African? I'm like, you know what? Cool. Look, I can see. Let's just move on. Okay. Afro-American and African-American. You say it's the same thing. Fine. It's the same thing. Let's just move on with the conversation. You got it. You got it. That's a small point I don't want to stand on. I want to stand on the bigger point. You dig the bigger point. But they the ones, oh, Afro is African. Like, dude, I don't believe that. I disagree, but I will concede just to move the conversation on to delineation, reparations. You dig? Okay, cool. Let's just move on, bro. I can see. And I did that. They didn't want to move on. They stood there. Okay, then they did somebody call in, did a personal ad hominems. Oh, I know somebody who know you. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because anybody who knows me, trust me, they will never talk bad about me. Anybody who knows me personally would never do that. I don't give off those vibes for somebody to be like, I know him. Oh, he this, he that. That's not gonna happen. You're lying. Okay, I'm a thorough name in my community. Anybody who knows me, they take me seriously and they see me as a thorough name. There's no clownery at all. When whoever knows me, know me for debating in barbershops or in public settings about Black issues. So nobody's gonna take me as a clown. And whoever I'm debating, they read the room. They see Black people attract to me, to my arguments. So whoever you claim knows me, they ain't say no crazy shit about me. Trust me, they didn't. I know they didn't. People who know me in real life takes me seriously. They could disagree. They still take me seriously. They don't take me as a clown or a clout chaser on the net. So I know he was lying when he said, "Oh, I know people who know you." No, you don't, because they would have never. Chad Smith knew me from high. Chad Smith knew me from middle school. He don't really know me high school or as an adult, but he know me from middle school, so he can give a testimony from him knowing me as a middle school kid. So if Chad Smith, let me know if you want to click the link. You could testify to what you know me as a middle school kid. But Chad, I don't know if he know me in high school. Maybe he does. I don't remember Chad in high school. But if you know me in high school, dude, then you could testify to that too. And it's gonna be nothing but good news. Because in high school, I was not taken lightly in high school. I had hella people roll up with me. I had hella protection. So there's no way somebody in my high school could ever say something bad about me. In my high school, I was protected from ninth grade all the way to senior. Okay. I had no issues, never had a fight, never was punked. You dig? I got bullied by women because I was like undersized for a long time. But ain't no dudes bully me. Uh, no, 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 no. When a woman bully you, you can't tell nobody. You gotta keep that. And that's why I kept that amongst myself. But yeah, ain't no dudes bully. Ain't no story of dudes bullying me in high school or middle school. That's out. That's a lot. And again, Chad Smith could call in and give a testimony. Like, yo, Chad, did anybody you recall anybody ever bully me in middle school? There's no way he's gonna say, yeah, I remember. No, he's not gonna say that. He's gonna say that I was protected by the projects. That's what he's gonna say. He's gonna say unbiased was protected because I used to hang with Chad in middle school. He'll tell you, ain't nobody bully me. Our entourage ain't bully me. We had the same entourage. Ain't nobody bully me. You dig? At all. Matter of fact, let me put the chat in the link. So if he wants to give a testimony, he can. Uh, you dig? But like I said, I'm over here calling another platform, trying to bless them and give them some views. You dig? I said to them, I said, I could just leave y'all platform and just go live. I don't need to be here for 20, 30 people. I could just go live myself. I said, I called in because I wanted to call in to challenge you on you saying there's other people that could be called Black, because that's my talking point. I'm saying that's false. We're the only Black people, Black Americans. What you're saying is false. So I called in and challenged them and debunked them on that. and they start to segue to different talking points, to different topics. And they start to allow people to join the platform who don't know me at all or do know me, but had a personal gripe with me outside of FBA, ADOS, and delineation. They had like personal gripes with me. You dig? Making up rumors and things like that, which does not bother me. You dig? I got tough skin. It don't bother me. I made it known. Like, bro, you can say what you want to say about me. I don't bother me. You don't know me. So that don't bother me. So it bothers me if you know me and said that. Then I know it's true and you want some snake shit, and it will bother me. With some internet guys that just like you guys are my supporters, but you don't know me. You're on the internet. I don't know you guys. I couldn't say some crazy things about you. You couldn't respect that, take that seriously. Like if I said, Donnie, yo, listen, man, yo, your wife is so and so. Like Donnie couldn't take that seriously. I never met his wife, never heard her voice, never seen a picture. Dude, stop. Stop. I don't know how Donnie house looks. I don't know what car he drives. I don't know his zodiac sign. So for me to say something bad about him, he couldn't take that seriously. He'll laugh and be like, unbiased, you are a clown. You're so far from the truth. So these guys that used to be on my panel, because we had certain things in common, but now I'm standing on lineage, they're mad at me because unbeknownst to me, they're tethers. I didn't know that at that time. There was no concept in my mind of a tether. So after watching Yvette Carnell, Tone Talks, and Tariq Nasheed, I understood what a tether was. And then I looked back at my crew like, oh shit, these guys were tethers the whole time. So when they came to my panel and realized I'm FBA, they challenged me and they got cooked. You dig? Listen, I got time. In the morning, remember I was doing the pre-recorded lives? No more. So tomorrow morning when I go live, I'm gonna be live. I'm gonna be talking. I'm gonna be reading comments. You send a super chat, I'm gonna read your super chat. So all that pre-recorded live, that's out. You're gonna be listening to me in real live, real time. I'm gonna read your super chats, your cash apps, your comments in real time. If you tag me in real time. Now I'm gonna say, hey, support the channel, like, subscribe, notification bell, super chat me up, and also cash at me. Support. You dig? I'm a strong voice in this space. Like people want to come to me to sharpen their arguments. You dig? They want to know what I'm gonna say when they say A, B, and C. They look at me as one of the strongest voices in these spaces. I watch other people dialogue with tethers and white supremacists, and they do okay. But I'm like, that's not the angle I would have took. You dig? Like I know about brain gain, brain drain, Donnie. I know about brain circulation, brain waves. They don't. And these are my lineage brothers and sisters. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know about demonyms, ethonyms, and you'll never hear them talk about that. They're clueless. They're calling tethers black. They don't happen over here. We gatekeep black. So they're my brothers and sisters, but they are behind the eight ball. So all it takes for me to just like again, I go on TikTok, I try to go and see if Dan is live. I go to see if Mikhail or Tariq Nasheed is live to help them out with this black dealing. Stop calling tethers black. Stop calling thorough black. Stop calling thorough African Afro immigrants black. Don't call the tether class black. Don't call the thorough riders black. They're not black. Okay, they are from their country, and when they come to America, they're the country plus the American nationality: Jamaican American, Nigerian American, Kenyan American, Panamanian American, Puerto Rican American. That's it. You're not black. Only black people are foundation black Americans, people who built the country. That's it. Okay, that's not hard to receive. It shouldn't be, I should say. It shouldn't be hard to receive. And if people making it hard, like the channel I just visited, and again, I genuinely thought I was going to talk to the host. The host sneakily invited mad people on the channel, not to confound me, because none of them was on my level, but just to keep talking to me about random things that did not matter. I'm like, yo, why are we talking about this? Let's get back to the topic. You dig? And now I'm talking about goofy stuff that got nothing to do with the topic, and I'm winning on those arguments. Like, dude, wherever y'all go, I'm gonna cook y'all. Don't matter, man. I'm so studied, man. I kept telling these guys, I kept saying, yo, you know I'm gonna do a reaction. This is live. Be careful what you say. This is live. But they didn't care because they seen that any publicity I give them as a win. So that's why I'm not even gonna like share the video. I'm like, they're right. They're loud. Like they're gonna be unhinged, disrespectful. They're gonna say whatever they want to say because if I share their video to my audience, to my lineage, I'm helping them grow. So I'm like, oh, that's why they won't. I'm wondering why they won't yield and relax. Let me talk. I'm like, oh, so they look at it. They look at this opportunity as a flex. They look at me as going, bringing this video to my audience, and their channel get, what I mean, some shine. I'm like, okay, I got them. I'm gonna make sure that this ain't attached to nothing. Okay, no lineage. This ain't, you know what I mean? So when I Bluetooth this to my phone, I have no idea what this is, this is attached to. White, black, I have no idea. Didn't care. All I know that this $50 headset works more than those $150 headsets I had to take back. I got to take back one tomorrow, which is like $90, almost 100. It's interesting. So the game headsets don't really work on PCs, even when they say PC, whatever, ready. It's not. They're talking about gaming PC ready, not recreational lives. You dig? So anyway, so what I'm gonna do is peace to the family. I'm gonna do a roll call in a second. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue the live I was doing with when Brother Sanchez sold out and went to Sinetta to disrespect the lineage and try to clown anybody who's pro ICE. So let me go there, family. Let me go. Let me share that. Where is the share button? There we go. Gotta make sure I click that damn audio section, the selection too. Okay, hold on. Hold on. My God. All right. So let's okay. I got to change my channel. I damn it forgot what I was supposed to be sharing. I damn it forgot what I was supposed to be sharing. Dead serious. I gotta play that reparations Pan-African and the punishment of independent something that she went ham. Whoever watched today's live, y'all gotta admit Yvette Carno went crazy on that topic. Okay, so let me see. So y'all can see what I'll be watching. This is my history. There's nothing gonna be spooky in here, no child PDF stuff. Okay. I'm trying to remember what did I come in here for? Oh, Sanchez. So House of Conscience should be coming up. Yeah, I'm watching Shaka Atmos, the Black Church. I disagree. I think that was poorly scholarship. I think he did a horrible job. That's like confirmation bias, like 100%. All right, so I can't find it. So let me just type it in there. Sonetta. Okay, so he invited Sanchez on there to say some crazy wild stuff. Let's get right to it. Oh no. I gotta share my screen because when you don't share your screen, ain't no audio coming through. Okay, let me fix that. Let me share my screen, plus select the audio button. Here we go. All right, fam, here we go.
Immigrants have ever stopped me from getting my money. I'm gonna just say that now. I think it's an insult to even put that on us. Like when we talk about illegal immigrants, it's the reason Black folks can't get ahead, or in some kind of way interfering with Black folks' success. I think it's looking for an easy enemy to fight on versus these JEWS, these small hats, right? Because let's talk about one of our biggest intellectual properties. Let's start with hip hop, right? Because that's
okay, family. When these quote unquote Black folks start their argument with giving African descendant tethers a pass, giving white supremacists a pass, and then blame all their problems on Jews, family, it's nothing burger. Okay, we got to stop that. We got to stop. Okay, we got to stop with the Jewish conspiracy. We got to stop. Okay, so now that's gonna make me read something to you guys. What the commonality that we have with the Jewish community is not like any other ethnic group on this earth. Okay, and coming in second place might be South Africans with apartheid, right? But the whole Jewish dash anti-Semitism, this is a conservative talking point that Black Americans, foundational or not, the tethers, they can't get over. This is a conservative talking point where you just blame Jews for everything that systemic racism from white people, not Jews, that are doing, and tethers are doing. Just give them passes and just blame the boogeyman Jewish community. Like, we got to stop this. Like, this is tiresome. This is horrible scholarship. Just blame Jewish people for everything. Don't hold white supremacy, systemic racism. Don't hold tethers accountable. Just blame small hats. Family, this is garbage.
something that's Black folks that we know makes billions of dollars every year, right? So watch this. Most Black rappers don't own their intellectual property. They don't own their masters.
Okay, so now what he just said, he said most, yeah, now he just made up this stat. Okay, now if y'all check my background, if y'all go to Unbiased Ron, my channel, you will see that I was heavily involved in debating the music industry. You will see I actually had debates. Okay, so I had some type of knowledge of the music industry and contracts. He just made some shit up. He said, one more time, let's make this
And
up.
it ain't because billions of dollars every year, right? So watch this. Most Black rappers don't own their intellectual property. They don't own their masters. And
okay, so family, he just made that up. Okay, because the only way anybody don't own their masters is because they sold it. So now watch this. One more time.
Because it billions of dollars every year, right? So watch this. Most Black rappers don't own they.
Okay, he just lied. He said rappers. Now had he said singers, he might have been accurate because singers, family, for the most part, somebody writes their song, right? So they got songwriter rights. So they got songwriter rights. So singers, I don't know how they make any money. I'm gonna be real, but they ain't got nothing to do with small ass. They ain't got nothing to do with producers. That's singers signing contracts where somebody writes music for them. That singer's inability to write their own music, okay, to make their own hits. So if you're relying on Mariah Carey, R. Kelly, The Dream to write your hits, yes, you won't get songwriter rights. R. Kelly will, The Dream will, Mariah Carey, they will get songwriter rights, not yo goofy ass. Who else? Babyface writes music. He's gonna get songwriter rights, not you. You're just a performer. You're performing the lyrics. No masters for you. You dig? So there's context behind this. But rappers outside of Drake normally write their own lyrics. Outside of Drake and Dr. Dre, write their own lyrics. So they're gonna get songwriter rights. They're gonna own their masters, a certain percentage. Okay, so in some studios, now let me say most. I don't want to get to his language, but in some studios, when a rapper when a rapper have a master copy of the song, he's given 50% of the masters, and the producer get the other 50%, because it took the production company, the studio, to come up with the song, to put it together. That's why the producer and the rapper usually split the masters 50-50. Now it's up to the rapper to sell his masters or a percentage of his masters to the producers for a quick come up. That happens a lot. Rappers be broke as shit, living home, and they want a quick 100 grand, 200 grand, 50 grand. So they might negotiate, hey, you can have my masters for 10 years. Just give me 100 grand. Give me 500 grand. Give me a mil. Give me 20 grand. Okay. So what this dude, Brother Sanchez, said, like, he's misleading what goes on with that. Most rappers don't own their masters. What are you talking about, my guy? The fact that they wrote their own lyrics and they was in there performing the song, they just used the studio, the producer, they got rights to that masters. The hell you talking about? Okay, anybody can just Google this, man. So this is what I'm trying to say, yo. People get on these platforms and just start literally making shit up. Now, this dude Sanchez could have easily fact check his own garbage, but these guys are rolling with conspiracy theories. They're rolling with confirmation bias, and some of you stupid people listen to them because it sounds good. You roll with it. You don't fact check him. You don't do no research. You just say, that sounds about right. And now you repeating this bullshit on my channel, and I'm going to cook you. Okay, because I don't pull no punches. My name is FBA Ron, unbiased Ron, a.k.a. the Can Man. Anybody can get it, period. If you got false information, I'm on you. Lineage or not, you're done. Okay? Let them continue.
Intellectual property. They don't own their masters. And it ain't because illegal immigration. It's because of Zionism.
No, it ain't. You made some bullshit up. It's because they sold it, my guy. They negotiated and they wanted quick money, so they sold it. Now, family, what is the masters? The masters are the direct sales after you produce a song. So if you're in the studio today, you make a song, and then your record company or production sells the song, okay? They sell the song, that's masters. So you're going to get paid off the current present day sales. That's different from publishing, right? So that means that you're only going to get paid as long as the song is relevant. Once the song is no longer hot in circulation in a network, in a record, in these stations, radio stations, it's over. You're not, as long as the public stop buying your albums, your stream, it's over. You won't make another dime for the masters. So the masters are usually for relevant music that people continue to buy today. All right, that's your masters. So as long as the song is played out or the album is old, nobody's really gonna buy the album if it's 10 years old. So your masters really ain't that profitable, and that's when publishing come into play. But this guy don't know that. This guy's he's leaning on conspiracy theories.
Now, I know a lot of people don't like to talk about the word. I'm gonna be mild with it. I'm gonna speak in code because I'm gonna protect
This is conservative talk.
You know what I'm saying? But real talk, we gotta keep it real. The biggest threat to America right now is not really illegal immigration, because you got a whole nother country in this land right now that's flying a flag next to the American flag. It's white and it got a blue star in the middle.
Okay, so this is your typical anti-Semitism rhetoric, hate speech, where they give white supremacy a pass and just blame the Jews. And that's why Tariq Nasheed even corrects them. Like, yeah, well, you stop, because the people you're blaming, they're called white and they pretty much are just team white supremacy. So stop trying to call it the JEWS thing. Just say white supremacy. So this dude don't want to say white supremacy. He's giving white supremacy a pass and trying to blame it on just a small sect of JEWS. Like, come on, bro. This is tiresome. This is garbage. Nobody's falling for this conspiracy talk.
Love it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the tiny hats.
Right. And that flag is undermining American people.
Hey, you know,
so when people
no
say that, well, I'm being undermined by some tether, I can stand with my FBA brothers and I can relate to that. But if you know, and not all people too, we call it tethers, just the ones that undermine us. What FBA
now, family, this guy don't represent us at all. Okay, he's shaky. He's standing on shaky grounds. He's tiptoeing. He's wavering. You dig? He's trying to satisfy Sarnetta and his audience. There's a reason why when Sarnetta invited me to his channel, right? He even named the show Unbiased Ron, blah, 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 blah. But when I came on his panel, he never gave me the floor like he gave this guy right here. He never let me just go in on what FBA's stand on and what delineation is and reparations. Like, Sarnetta never gave me an hour, 30 minutes to just go in uninterrupted like he's giving Brother Sanchez. Sarnetta, he filters his guests, okay? He's 100% anti-ADOS, anti-descendants of freedmen, anti-FBA. He's 100% because he doesn't believe that he's personally FBA. So like most tethers, when they realize they're not FBA, they become anti-FBA, ADOS, descendants of freedmen. So Sarnetta don't believe he's FBA. So he wages war against 43 million. So he goes after whoever can undermine us, right? That's why he have the Agent Unks, the Reverend Reggies, the suntan weirdos like him. But he can't get his scholars. He can't get his scholars, the people who are taken more seriously. He can't get them on the panel to talk bad about us. He can't get Shaka Atmos. He can't get Malik Zulu Shabazz. He can't get Brother Jabari. He can't get his more scholars who are taken more seriously on his panel to talk bad about us. So he gets the people who are not taken seriously to talk bad about us. He gets Suntan. Don't worry about him. He's a nobody. He ain't going nowhere. He gets the Unks who've been on Sarnetta channel for 1,000 years. Can't draw an audience at all. No charisma, no nothing, no attraction power, no glow. And so now he's gonna have Chief X on there, Chief Karen on there. I seen something, I think it was tonight or tomorrow, I don't know. But another guy who have no attractive powers, can't attract the masses to come listen to him. Okay, so this is who we go after. But Sarnetta had me in his title, but he never gave me this much liberty to represent FBA. As soon as I clicked the link, he had me address tethers immediately and suspected tethers. He never gave me the opportunity to represent FBA once in beliefs. Never. He had me going right into battle mode immediately.
FBA is saying, Sarnetta, they're saying we support ICE because they're getting the tethers out of here that be talking crap about us. You see what I'm saying? And I'm saying that ain't the truth.
That's not what we're saying. Like a tether is an undermining immigrant towards the lineage, but a tether isn't necessarily illegal. A tether isn't necessarily an illegal alien. So he's misrepresenting what a tether is and our stance on immigration. We're not against tethers where we believe legal ones should be illegally deported. We're against all illegals collectively. FBAs collectively are against all illegals. All illegals should be deported. You dig? Bottom line, should not be in this country illegally because most of them turn to crime because they can't make an honest living. They're illegal. Okay, so even getting a job is crime because you lied about how you got the job. You dig? So all their behaviors is criminal. Okay, so this guy just nuts.
Because all of the tethers that they done put on a Home Depot and all that, who are minions out. So things that I'm seeing that we been distracted with. FBA was a pro-reparation movement, and I'm seeing it slowly turn into an anti-immigration movement. So it's slowly going from pro-reparations to anti-immigration. And when Trump first ran, right, Trump had a platinum plan. You remember that? The platinum plan. Now, we heard nothing else about the platinum plan. And I said to myself, how did it just go building the wall and stuff? And that was enough for our T's picking on the immigrants. Then he don't.
Picking on immigrants is where he demonized and minimalized the argument. Picking on immigrants. Now, keep in mind, family, you notice he's not saying illegal immigrants. This dude's a compromised clown.
Got to give us them tangibles we requested. So my whole thing was, I'm with either. We don't gotta support ICE. You know why? ICE gonna get them immigrants out of here whether you support them or not.
The family, you hear that? You see how he's being deceptive? He's saying immigrants. So when you say immigrants, that means illegal and legal. He's not focused on ICE is deporting illegals. This dude's a piece of shit. This is why Sarnetta said that he's a piece of shit because he's appeasing Sarnetta. Who the hell is Sarnetta? A guy who don't know you. A guy who don't know the lineage. He don't know if he's FBA or not. So you're gonna compromise your lineage to appease a guy who's confused on whether he's FBA or not.
Let me ask you both, Sanchez. Do you have Spanish heritage in your background?
Not at all, but I want to bring up something real quick because I'm glad you asked me that, right? I get that a lot, and I want to
yeah, your name is Brother Sanchez. Explain that away.
Share some information with the people that I think is very important. All right, watch this. Let me pull it up.
So all these guys sound smart without an FBA strong voice in their presence. I will wipe the earth with this guy. He came to my channel, by the way. He didn't come with this. He didn't say this on my channel. He didn't say that. He was on code. Okay? Check out my video. I got his name in the title. Go to my video, go to search and put Sanchez. You're going to see him. He didn't come with this. He suppressed his bullshit. He was talking our language. You dig? Like, people know who to play with. Okay?
So what people don't know about Black Americans, Sarnetta, and especially a lot of FBA people, they don't know that our people have a hell of a lot of Spanish and Latina names. I give you.
Oh my God! Here we go.
You an example, Sarnetta. Mario is Spanish, just like Sanchez. Marte.
And guess what? All of them is suspect, my guy. None of them get a pass, and neither do you.
Martez. Cortez, DeMarco, Marco, Angela.
Family, what FBA person name is Angela? Marco, Rubio. This guy talking about, he just running his mouth.
Angelina. All of these are this.
I don't know one FBA person named Angelina. Y'all know Angelina FBA? This guy just running his mouth.
Same place my shit come from. Antonio, Miguel, Raphael, Daniel.
Family, I don't know one Raphael Marquez FBA person. Not one.
All of these are Spanish names. I got a homeboy named Victor, right? That's a Spanish name.
Yeah, he's definitely a Spanish tether, 100%.
So people think Sanchez is the only Spanish name in the Black community. Teresa is a Spanish name. Rosa, like Rosa Parks.
Dude, the only Rosa I knew was a goddamn Jamaican.
That's a Spanish name. Yolanda, Spanish name. Daniela, Spanish name. So Maria, I can do this all day. I'm just making a point that don't let the name Sanchez throw y'all off. I'm Black all the way. You know what I'm saying? We just got Spanish names as a people.
Right.
So
right, I feel you.
Yeah, so
family, that wasn't the greatest case at all. A lot of names he shot, 99% of those names are now are not foundational Black American names. 99% of names he yelled out are literally just Hispanic names.
What I would say, what the last thing I said was very important, Sarnetta, because I want you to just let this sink in for a minute. I had a debate with FBA on my channel, and a lot of them was telling me, Sarnetta, they were saying, you ain't FBA if you don't support ICE. But I was like, I thought we said we couldn't kick nobody out of a lineage. I thought we said we couldn't.
So keep in mind, family, hello, all of this is to appease Sarnetta, who's 100% anti-FBA, anti-ADOS, anti-US freedom. All of this, what he's saying right now, is to disrespect the lineage. That was for me. I put over there. Yeah. Oh, and I only got two hands, so I'm gonna get a couple of things. Thank you.
Kick nobody out. That's when I start saying, what is this turning into? Because within FBA, you're going to have Democrats, Republicans, you're going to have different groups. But to me, can't none of these groups try to infiltrate FBA and turn it into.
Okay, so right now he's just babbling, right? This doesn't support your case, my guy. That, yes, Sanchez, now look, he mentioned all those names that he claims that FBA used as Spanish in origin. My guy, those were all first names. Your name is Sanchez. That's a last name. Every example you referenced were first names. Dude, can you explain FBAs with a Spanish last name like Sanchez? You got to explain that away, my guy. So my hypothesis is that he was repping FBA until he realized he's not FBA. Okay, he realized he's Panamanian or something else, and from that point on, he's been against the lineage, trying to find holes in our delineation movement. And ain't no holes, because you got a hole, dude. He claims he debated FBA. Now he came to my channel, family. Just type in Sanchez on my search, my videos. You'll see him there. So, dude, when you debate FBA, if you're not debating me, you're not debating FBA. You're debating some random guy who claims FBA, who may well be a tether or white supremacist pretending to be FBA. Like Tariq Nasheed catches him all the time. He catches people cosplay all the time. My guy, you didn't debate FBA. Okay. Any YouTubers, why not debate another YouTuber who's officially stamped as FBA? Come this way. Don't debate some random guy in your chat pretending. Debate an official. My channel is FBA News Updates. I can show my 23andMe. My name is Harrison. I'm FBA, my guy. Rondell Harrison. I'm FBA. North Carolina, my dude. Mississippi. All right, I'm FBA. I went to school in the South. Okay, don't tell them I went to school in the South. So you want to debate FBA, you debate me. Nobody else counts. And my argument is unbeatable. So we're not accepting these random people who claim to be FBA who are probably most likely a tether cosplaying. That doesn't count. You want credit for debating FBA, you debate unbiased Ron. I got a whole lineage standing behind me. That person you debated don't got a lineage behind him at all. No YouTube channel, no viewers, no subscribers, nobody cash that, donate, none of that shit going on. Nobody subscribe, like, none of that. You debate me, a real debater who's looking for smoke for anybody. Anybody can get it. You debate me, not some random FBA guy. Okay, he was here. Like I said, he was on my channel, and he got in line. What are you talking right now? He talked that on my channel. I'm pro ICE 100%, by the way. Okay, so he ain't talk that shit. He got in line over here. So now all of a sudden, you know what I mean, he a monster. No. Bring that back over here, my guy.
To a liberal movement, a conservative movement. It got to maintain itself as a reparations movement. And as a reparations movement, it's not catering to the left or right until they cut the check. So that means if we lean into the right or the left and ain't nobody cut the check, that's why Trump didn't have to come through with the platinum plan. All they got to do is pick on the people we mad at, and then they don't got to come through for our tangibles because now they just went.
So you hear that, family? The dude with the name Sanchez is undermining and sabotaging our position. A group we're mad at. So we move on feelings. We don't stand on policies. We don't stand on law. We don't stand on what needs to be done. We stand on feelings. Whatever we mad at, we just redirect our attention there and gossip like a damn bitch. This Sanchez tether is telling us what we do. We don't stand on 10. We just stand on emotions.
Us overdoing that. So I was saying, look,
like I said, I believe he realized he's not FBA, he's Panamanian or some bullshit, and this is how he's responding now. Because on my channel, he was pro FBA, F illegals, F tethers. Now all of a sudden he on Sanetta appealing to his leader. I cook him and Sanetta at the same time. Like neither one of them my level. Zero. All they gonna do is invite other people to come on like everybody else. Nobody deals with me mano a mano. And when they do, you see what happens. They get slaughtered. Okay, you see Rasan, their leader. Rasan's their leader, by the way. Cooked him. Unc is the leader. Cooked him. Reverend Reggie is, I don't know, cooked him. Okay? So yeah, these guys don't, nobody come to my channel and leave sounding smart as like a respected intellectual. They all leave sounding goofy with no respect.
We don't even gotta support ICE. Most of the people in ICE are proud boys. They lineage can be traced back to people that was hanging our folks.
Now he's using vocabulary where he says most. I want to know where is he getting his most from? Because I don't believe he ever read a stat that qualifies his most. He keeps saying most. He's just talking, okay? And I'm not surprised. This is a guy who believes the earth is flat. Let's keep that in mind. Brother Sanchez is known to argue the earth is flat. So his conclusion, his assessment, his epiphanies, we don't respect. We look at that as, okay, you got a voice. You got an opinion as a human, you dig? But there's no credibility in that. You believe the earth is flat, my guy. Let's not forget that.
You know, torturing our folks. So my whole thing is, if I don't gotta support ICE, why would I give my enemy free support when he gonna get rid of these immigrants anyway?
Okay, so family, that is what I get them all with. Matter of fact, family, I'm gonna replay Shaka Atmos. Now I like Shaka Atmos, but I got him too because he kept saying our enemy, his enemy. So I was in his live chat last night, like, yo, who's your enemy? And family, he gave the answer, which is complete hogwash garbage. Family, when they talk like that and and absolutes or vagueness and ambiguity, you ask them, who's your enemy? They all fall right there. Because Shaka Amos, spoiler, he said white people, white men. So I said, so all white men are your enemy? You got no white allies? Then he later on copped the plea till he got some white friends. Like, dude, I know you contradict yourself. It's over. You're not on unbiased round level. You have no integrity, my guy. You don't stand on truth. You stand on feelings. You're a hotepper, my guy. You think you're Egypt. You think you're Egyptian. You're not fucking with us. You're not fucking with me at all. Think you're Egyptian. You dig? So go be Egyptian. But you can't be Egyptian and Foundation Black America at the same time. Those are contradictory terms. No Foundation Black American is Egyptian. Okay? If you think you are, click this link and get cooked. But there ain't no Foundation Black American Egyptian.
I support them or not. So to me, it's just showing that a lot of our people just want to lean to the right anyway. Because why would you? Because think about this. They say, well, ICE is indirectly helping us, so we should support them. Guess what? We indirectly help the enemy every day, and he don't support us.
Hey, bro, who's the enemy? So this suspected tether will pretend that the enemy are Republicans and not Democrats. That's what he would pretend right now. Like, dude, ain't no separation.
Indirectly help these, especially the small hats. We help them every day and they'll never support you. So we know ICE ain't getting the immigrants out of here for Black people. So even if we benefit for what they doing, we don't gotta support our enemy. It's doing too much, if you ask me. And that's
family. He keeps saying enemy, so he's trying to paint a picture in your head. Dude, who the F is your enemy? Because our enemy, FBA's enemy, is anybody who undermines what we got going on. You dig? Anybody. We don't care about your color, your melanated expression through your pigmentation. Dark, light, white, bright, albino. If you disrespect the lineage, you are the enemy. Okay? The hell are you talking about?
Well, I'm drawing a line at with FBA because it's like they're desperate to find reasons to lean to the right. They looking for any reason to hop over here with this.
Now, family, what talking points I ever gave y'all to believe I'm leaning towards the right? I'm pro-ICE, and I got no problem with Trump. You dig? I never voted for him, not once. I never voted for Obama. So what evidence you got that unbiased Ron, speak to me, my guy. What evidence you got that unbiased Ron is leaning? I'm 100% pro-ICE. But what evidence you got of me and anything I ever said that I'm leaning? I'm debating tether. I'm debating conservative tethers and Foundation Black American tethers. I'm debunking their talking points. You dig? So nothing, no evidence that I'm leaning towards the right just because I stand behind Trump and his administration. You dig? That don't mean Trump administration is pro FBA. I never said that. But he's taking a hard stance on things we have a hard stance on. I ain't gotta say it. You guys know what they are. You dig? I ain't trying to be shadow banned. You dig? If you know, you know. But hey, nobody can ever say I'm pro right, I pro left. I don't vote for any one of them.
Trump movement with this ICE movement. And I'm saying, bro, what about reparations? Let's stay on focus, what we got going, right? Because ICE gonna do their job anyway. They don't need your help, bro, is what I was saying. So, again, it's going from pro-reparations.
No, ICE definitely needs our support. ICE need to know that they're doing the right thing, that we ain't justifying no illegals. ICE needs to know that we're not in their way at all as they cleanse the country from illegals. ICE needs to know that. Like, nah, you ain't got no protest, no boycott from us. We are pro-ICE. We are pro-ridding the country from illegals. So ICE definitely needs to know that. Okay, let's make that very clear. I am 100% pro ICE, and I say that with my chest in the fucking air.
Reparations to anti-immigration. If you on my side, the link is pinned. This is an open call. So if anybody on my side,
hey, but it's not an open call. When you call in, again, I've been a featured guest on Sinetas. I've been a featured guest on the pods. It's not an open call. You call in, you'll be bombarded with 1,000 people. My name is the title of a show. Right, so I never had my name as the title of the show, and I barely got to speak. So stop, bro. Sonetta is anti-FBA, and as long as you're anti-FBA, he will allow you to rant for half an hour. But Sonetta never allowed me to go in for an hour and a half before a call in. He never did it, and I would still accept that opportunity to get on his platform and to speak on behalf of the lineage for an hour. Like he let him do it. He let Reverend Reggie do it. He let Unc do it. Spew their hatred towards FBA. But an FBA representative, he has never allowed an FBA representative to come on his show and go in for about an hour. The dude's a hypocrite, man. And he has a personal issue with FBAs. And it's in my opinion, it's because he don't believe he's FBA.
I would actually like to hop on here with me and Sonetta right now. Come on up, because I know I got a lot of FBA people on my side that disagree with me. So they'll be hopping on in a minute, by the way, Sonetta, and we're going to get the smoke going. So come on, my FBA brothers. I'm FBA. I love y'all, but we wrong about this one, man. And so my whole thing is this right.
Hey, yo, and if Sanchez, a name like Sanchez, if he was serious, he knows about my channel, he appeared, you would just come to an FBA channel. Why go to a guy who's anti-FBA? Why go to an anti-FBA challenge? Why go to an anti-FBA channel to call out FBAs? Why not just come to an FBA channel to call out FBAs? Like, why not just come to the source? Like, a lot of FBAs don't rock with Sonetta, so they're not going to come there and challenge you. Just a bunch of peons will.
Right here. Illegal immigrants ain't never stopped the black man's paper in this country. You'll be lying if you said that. We gonna get money regardless of illegal immigrants. So if you want to talk about what's stopping us as a people from getting to the next level, it's them small hats. That's why you can't own football teams, basketball teams. That's who's setting a threshold to keep you right? And not go no further. Immigrants ain't got the power to do that. I want to
get changed.
So I'm not saying you can't be against immigration.
So don't
but I'm saying we kind of doing too much as far as giving ICE support that it just don't need and ain't work for, ain't deserve. Our support is valuable at this point. So we got to think of it like money. Keep it in your pocket. I ain't gonna spend my money if I ain't got to. If somebody tell me that shit's free, then I'm gonna keep my money in my pocket. So if ICE don't get the illegal immigrants out of here anyway, keep your support, save our energy, and let's use it for us. You see what I'm saying? Because once you know that, now you're just voluntary over there with the Proud Boys for what? And they'll say, well, we're supporting ICE to make them mad because they was joking on us when, you know, the man had his foot on our neck, right? So, but I would say, well, that to me is kind of childish then, if we're just using the slave master to get back at each other. That's like kids that's getting a whooping from their parents and they joking on each other while the other one getting his butt whooped. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at that. It's like a slave mentality to where the slave master now got us beefing with each other because we can't see that the country being ran to hell.
Whatever
by
change you do, I just need 4 seconds.
Using our young kids to go fight, who using our tax dollars and resources to go and take Greenland, the Gaza Strip, and you ain't gonna reap no benefits from none of that.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you. What do you say to people that say more black men need to join ICE?
Well, what I'll say is this. what happens is, because I'm not gonna say they
Got this
wrong,
too?
I'm gonna just tell you the problems that be with that. Yeah, that's a good idea when we say, well, black folks, let's infiltrate the police department, let's infiltrate ICE, right? That's a good idea. But the problem is we can't just join these agencies and departments and not speak out, right? So who bold enough to do that? Who bold? Are we gonna get a bunch of black guys to join a police department and be vigilantes for black people and literally speak out against them racist white boys in that department? Are they gonna do that though? Because if you just gonna join and maintain the same system, we just giving them more numbers. I don't mind us joining these things and really being that good cop that say something though. If that's what we saying do, then let's do it. Don't just say that, then we get with these forces and then just go along and get along. That's what my answer is. Yeah. So, you know, but here go another thing, Sarnetta. They say these illegal immigrants taking our jobs. The truth is that artificial intelligence is about to take all of our jobs. This is facts right here. They already got bidding contracts on the table because they about to replace doggone near the whole workforce with automation systems and robots and stuff like that. So while we were, and the jobs that the illegal immigrants get, we don't want them anyway, because they're under the table jobs that's cash money, and they measly hard labor and jobs. These people can't get legit jobs because they don't have the proper paperwork. So they end up doing work we don't want to do no way. If you're a black man in America and you compete with an illegal immigrant for a job, I hate to say it, man, bro, you can do better. It's better jobs for us. We ain't no lower class citizens, man. We've been here. So we don't really got to compete with them for fruit picking jobs and, you know, little bitty, you know. Now, some dudes with felons, they may disagree with me. They probably say, well, man, you know, that's all I got, these low level jobs. You know what I'm saying? But I do think
if anybody want to come in, you got to cam up so I can see who you are. You got to cam up. Let me see you.
I like what FBA stand for, and I think it's going to. grow strong. I hope it do. But I do see that it can be compromised by there being different people in FBA with different political viewpoints, religious viewpoints. You may have it infiltrated by Christians. The Christians may, the Christian FBAs may start bringing the Jesus into it. What I'm saying is FBA having all these different mindsets in it because it's a lineage, right? You can be whatever ideology you want. And that's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. And the bad thing about it is, can you really be whatever ideology you want in FBA? Because if that's the case, then guess what? I can be a KKK member in FBA. If we can be anything we want to be in FBA, because this what they was telling me yesterday. They was saying, but brothers can support ICE if they're FBA. They can be whatever they want to be. And we can make that argument to get out of certain situations, but it's going to shoot us in the foot if we say anybody can be whatever they want to be and be in FBA. That means they can be a tether and be in FBA. So what is the code then? Why have a code if anybody can just be what they want to be? Because the reason gang members have a code, because FBA, that means they can be whatever they want to be. And we can make that argument to get out of certain situations, but it's going to shoot us in the foot if we say anybody can be whatever they want to be and be an FBA. That means they can be a tether and be an FBA. So what, if you don't what the code is, and now listen, the question would be, is ICE a benefit to FBA? Because a person can say, well, getting the illegal immigrants out of here is a benefit to FBA. That don't mean necessarily that ICE is. is though. So meaning if your police department was kicking out the illegal immigrants, would we fall in love with the police now? Because y'all like to say F the police. We don't like the cops, right? So ICE agents are, my thing is, like a lot of brothers, when they bring the gang, glad ICE to hop on immigration movement.
Got like 2.5 more years, right? Or 3 years. You got 2.5 more years.
About 2.5.
And Trump is the one that set that whole program in motion. Check.
Yep.
So
gonna be like the war. Give them an inch, they'll see them removing ICE because the guys have get the certain time to make sure that,
or ask you from somewhere else.
Celebrating that it's happening to the immigrants,
Happening to us.
On us and whipping us. Look at what we're doing, who we think are taking our jobs. So my thing is, the people that's taking my job ain't a bigger enemy to me than the people that took the lives of my ancestors, man. With Billy down the street. I don't care that he beat Billy up and Billy, they did all that. But they kicking out. It looks very goofy. It looks like you ain't militant. It looks of the big bag bullet. I don't care nothing about it. What?
Right.
Telling the truth that it was in, and ain't nobody joining, man. On my
Ham up if you coming in. If you, Sanchez would be more with the FBA
movement's got to realize is that respect is gained. He was just saying. So I don't think FBA should look at the disrespect bad. They should look at so my thing is, I'm not mad about folk lives. FBA must maintain its original into something we didn't all originally sign. Then we should not let the system think that they've tangibles. Them stay on. To me, that's FBA that galvanized black people was pro reparations, not anti-immigration. Because you can be an FBA. FBA, right? And you can be for immigrants being here. But in my opinion, so another thing I wanted, you got American corporations that's allowed like a foreign corporation while having their factories overseas, small potato immigration thing. And whether we get it or not, a lot of, hey, if you're on my end too, hop on. We had a 5-panel about these corporations that we don't have. And part of the corporations in the form of illegal immigrants. You want the automobile job. This is probably Amazon. It's probably rosters for positions that can hire tens of thousands of people in different tax brackets. That's what built America. If you want to know why inflation is hitting so hard, the lowest quality and rappers and all really drive, and it only benefits. So they do stuff when they, and I want black people to get their bougie spirit in. Folks need to be, because they can give you crumbs.
So everybody could be on the same all my life.
It's just my take.
Yes.
I look at you as identify with whatever as FBA and just go with your nobody'll be mad at that. You can have a dude that got a blow. I look at it, I look at the code.
On the rise and coming in crisis when African American, something else to fight.
To close exclusive identities for certain groups of us under. I think we can look at FBA as a broad umbrella to cloak all of us under. You can look at it as no different than Pan-Africanism, because all of these groups you just named are exclusive identities for certain groups of black folks, right? Mm-hmm. But we don't have nothing that just cloaks everyone under one umbrella but Pan-Africanism. And when it does that, it don't put FBA in our respected position based upon how much these other groups benefit on us. That's benefit from us. That's why FBA said we're going to delineate. We're going to make us an exclusive identity. And guess what? We're going to unite with other groups under that identity versus just black people, right? And that way we can have something to galvanize. Because the thing is, I don't think it's really division. I think that all black people got a ethnicity. You ain't just black. You're either Jamaican, Haitian, you're something, right? And for so long, black people in America, listen to what I'm calling them, black people. Why? They don't have a exclusive ethnicity. So it's just like going to Africa and calling a person just an African.
All right, family. It looked like I muted myself and didn't know. I was talking for 30 minutes straight, and I muted myself and didn't even know. Yeah, my fault. My God, I muted myself and didn't. That's. I see that. Now it did have a red button. I did see a red button, but this is a brand new headset. I don't know how to mute and unmute. I just see a red button, and I went to the playback, and I can't hear myself, so I just start pressing stuff, and I pressed something, and it took the red button off. I don't recall ever mute myself, but whatever. So I muted myself for that whole time. My fault. I was talking cash shit, and you guys ain't hear 1 second of it. That's my fault. But salute to you guys for staying in the chat for silent that long. Okay, so anyway, that's crazy that happened on mute for 20 minutes, basically talking, and not one word was heard. That is crazy. That is crazy. But what I was saying was the Sanchez dude, the flat earther, when Sanetta asked him, and Sanetta is an FBA hater. Okay, that's irrefutable. And he's biased as hell. He's a he's a fake neutral journalist. When he doesn't like something, he invite people based on confirmation bias. He don't care if they're correct. He don't care if they're scholarly. Just a simple fact they agree with him and disagree with them, that's good enough. He's going to invite you on to spew whatever you got. Okay. Regardless if it's accurate or gaslighting, clickbait, he don't give a damn. The fact that you just agree with him, he's cool. That's called confirmation bias. That's not it. And Brother Sanchez, when he asked Brother Sanchez, was he Spanish? Was he FBA? Brother Sanchez never answered the question. He deflected and tried to say, hey, just because my name Sanchez don't mean I'm not FBA. Then he went to some stupid examples. He said, nah, there's FBAs whose name is Wanda. That's Spanish. Teresa, Angela, that's Spanish. Okay, but family, he mentioned first names that some FBAs might have took a liking for a name their child after a first name that's Spanish. But Sanchez, your first name ain't Spanish. I don't know your first name, but your last name is Spanish, my guy. So all of your examples of FBAs borrowing Spanish names were all first names. How is your last name Sanchez? What FBA got a Hispanic last name, my guy? What FBA got a Latino last name? You got to explain the last name, not the first name. You got to explain the last name because a lot of us took on last names of our slave masters. And none of the slave masters' last name was Sanchez. So how did your last name become Sanchez? That's the question I never asked you, and that's what I want to know because you're a suspected tether, and then your argument was stupid and goofy, which is more embarrassing. Okay. And then again, you're a flat earther, so we don't expect you to be too responsible in your information. So you did. It is what it is. Anyway, so intelligent. I'm intelligent. I'm just now seeing your comment. Intelligent. Click the link. I got your question, but I don't really understand it. So I don't want to misrepresent you and just argue what I think you're saying. But you said gatekeep what? What are black people talking about? I don't want to misrepresent your question because it's kind of convoluted. So intelligent. Um, I think your name is IN Intelligent 567. Click the link, bro. Let me hear your argument out from your mouth. So I'm not like misrepresenting you. You dig? I want to hear your argument from your mouth. So Intelligent 567. Click the link. Let me hear your argument, or let me hear your question. You did, because I don't want to misrepresent you and argue something you're not even asking about. That happens a lot. Your question, I don't believe it makes the most grammatical sense. So I want to give you an opportunity just to click the link, save us time. Click the link and tell us your question in real time and allow me to try to answer it. I can't say I got all the answers, so let me try to answer your question to the best of my ability. And if that doesn't suffice you, then that's it. But Intelligent 567, click the link so you can ask your question in real time and I can see if I can answer it. Anybody else? He says, gatekeeping what specifically? Because intelligence, I don't know if you're at your computer listening or not, but it comes off to me. I'm gonna be real with you, my guy. It comes off as you're trolling because my channel has a narrative, it has an agenda, it has talking points, and my channel name ring bells by itself. So if you'd ask that question, it comes off as you're trolling. So I would love for you to click the link and just explain you're not trolling and just demonstrate how you're sincere with your question and give me a chance to answer. But if you don't do that, it just comes off you're trolling and I just got to block you. And I don't want to do that. I want to give you an opportunity to ask your question in real time and give me opportunity to answer your question. Okay, I think that's fair, my guy. Wait, so his name is not hold on. Hold on. Am I reading this correctly? His name is not really Sanchez. His name was Chinese previously. What? Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God, it gets worse. So, what was his Chinese name? We need to know. Don't tell me it was Lee or Bruce or Leroy, the last dragon. Yo, the Bolo, you dig? Double Dragon, Shinobi. Yo, what was his first name? Please don't tell me his first name was Shinobi. What was Sanchez's real name before it was Sanchez? That's a problem. He's already hiding his identity. That's a problem. Yo, please help me out. What was his name? You said his name was Chinese. That's kind of hard to believe. I think you're trolling. Chinese? What? That's more confusing than Sanchez. But again, when he came onto my channel, I had no smoke with him because he was going along with the narrative. You dig? It's all about the lineage, baby. So now I'm hearing this rah-rah stuff that he's saying now to make Sonetta happy. Who the hell is Sonetta to make him happy? Where because he's supposed to be Sanchez, supposed to be FBA. So you'd rather make a Pan-African happy who's anti-FBA over yourself being happy? Like that doesn't make any sense. That's why we don't believe you're FBA. That makes no sense at all. You're gonna make Sonetta happy, a proud Pan-African, and Sonetta says he's not FBA and he has a lot of smoke for us. So it's looking like he might be a tether. So We're not sure. We got to get his background. But that's even worse. Like you're trying to make a tether happy and make yourself uncomfortable. That's like weird. That's like agent behavior, Sanchez. I was in the Air Force infantry. Yeah, bro. AES. Sanchez, I've been watching you, my guy. I was in the Air Force infantry. AES. Come on now. Been watching you for a little while. You said that a long time ago, my guy. That stuck with me. So you know how old that was, right? That was before you was this big shot on YouTube, this big flat earther. When you were saying I was in the Air Force infantry, AES, something power. Before you was doing that, you weren't this big flat earther. You dig? So man, this guy makes sense, my guy. Dude's becoming flat earther just off overnight. That means somebody convinced you. Okay, yeah. So okay, let me not belabor you too much, family, because I am gonna go live in the morning. I'm gonna touch on some I don't want to make irrelevant guys relevant, so I'm not gonna touch on it. But I'm gonna touch on Brother Sanchez for sure, Sarnetta, and I'm gonna continue on who's black, who's not through Tariq Nasheed. But the irrelevant channels, nah, I decided not to give you guys shine. I won't share your videos, I won't share your audio. You guys can just wither away. I'm good with you. Okay, you could just wither away. I decided I'm deciding not to play your audio, not to shout you out. He said he was a pimp named Chinese. He was a pimp named Chinese Cheese before he found his new. He's Jamaican. Oh my god, yeah, I could believe. Yeah, he said he was a pimp named Cheese. Oh my god, it gets worse. Oh my god. Oh, a pimp named Cheese who chose Sanchez. That could make sense because you got Tommy Sotomayor. His name ain't Sotomayor at all. He chose that name. Dudes are afraid to believe who they are, whether they African, Jamaican, Black American. They're afraid to be African descent or even copper. So they go ahead and make up a Latino name or European name to try to escape the pain. That's sad. That's sad. But anyway, family, let me not belabor you. I don't have much more for you. I'm going to bed. I can't step later than this. I won't be live later. So I will be live. It will not be a replay. I will be live this morning. As a matter of fact, every morning. Because I gave too many replays. I can't replay another video. I didn't play them all. So I got to give you live content in the morning. So I will be live in the morning, no replay. I don't know, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., who knows? Because you see the time I'm going to bed. So anyway, family, let's link up tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. I love all you guys. Everybody who liked the video, that's what's up. You're really riding with the lineage. Everybody who liked the video, you're on code. Everybody who subscribed, you're on code. Everybody who clicked the notification bell, you're on code. And if somebody added more love, lineage, super chat, if you added super cash app, believe you that. Okay, family, peace.